Now, auction clearance rates have been impacted by the long weekend despite the RBA cutting interest rates last week. Take us through that.
Yeah, so a bit of a disappointment because we were starting to see auction clearance rates improve after the downturn. Things were coming back again. But of course, we had the Queen's birthday long weekend in every state except here in Queensland, and that slowed things down again. So there were only 800 properties taken to auction across the combined capital cities, so that's not many at all. And the clearance rate was 51%, so that's down from 58% the week before. So a little bit of a dent in the road, but hopefully agents are saying they're hoping that'll start picking up again once these rate cuts actually start to make an impact. So it's going to take a while for that finance to flow through. We are seeing an increase in the number of people applying for home loans now that the borrowing has become cheaper, but it's going to take a few months, I guess, for that to actually start to flow through, and we'll start to see evidence of that at the auctions.
Liz, the Queensland state budget yesterday, now land tax bills will double under the new policy of the... They will,
but it's only going to affect people with land holdings of $5 million or more. But the thing that the Property Council of Queensland are trying to say and that they're angry about is that a lot of businesses are actually on land holdings worth that, and they employ thousands of Queenslanders in all industries, you know, tourism, trade, logistics, and so either directly or indirectly, businesses will be the ones who bear the brunt of those land tax increases. So they're saying that's why that's not a good thing. Also, the Brisbane City Council budget handed down this week. Yeah, today, exactly. So a few things there. 2.5% rise for ratepayers, not great news, but for homeowners, they're going to extend a scheme that allows them to get a 50% discount for the first year of on rates for the first year of a property they buy up to $750,000. Wow. So another incentive for first home buyers. We've got the federal government loan scheme, lots of those things really helping get them back in the market, so that's good.
Now, tomorrow's jobs data, do you think that could sort of spark some sort of catalyst for an improvement?
Well, the RBA has definitely got its eye on unemployment. We know that 5.2% nationally at the moment. They've said that they want to get it down to about 4.5%. Governor Philip Lowe said 4.5%, we should see inflation start to rise once we can get it to that level. So we've got a way to go before we get to that. So the fact he's already flagged the fact we're probably going to see more rate cuts if we see unemployment go up a bit, and some economists are saying that it could tick up to 5.3% tomorrow, then it's very likely we're going to see at least one more rate cut this year, either July or August, as soon as that.
Businessman Keith Lloyd has sold his beautiful beachfront trophy home. Tell us about that.
He has, yes. So local businessman, former shipbuilder and owner of Shafton International College here in Brisbane. So very well known, a beautiful little luxury apartment on the Goldie here. He's sold it for reportedly close to the asking price of $7.5 million. So not a bad amount to pocket there. And it was a local Gold Coast buyer who's picked it up, in fact. So,
do we know who it is?
No, not at this stage. Being kept very closely under wraps.
Under the radar.
But they did turn down the offer of his luxury yacht as well. He was going to throw that in as part of the package for $13 million all up, but they said, no, we'll just take the house. Thanks.
Yeah. Buying a house for that amount is enough, I would have thought, without
$7.5 million is enough, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think we need the boat.
And Brisbane's most expensive house has hit the market after selling for $18.48 million 2 years ago. Liz Tilley, what are you tipping this could go for, and where is it?
Yeah, it's insane. A lot of people don't realise where it is because it's so tucked away, really. So you know where Kangaroo Point Cliffs are, at the very edge of the cliffs there. It's built into the side of the cliffs, so it's so private, it just overlooks the river. 70-metre uninterrupted frontage of the river and city. It's incredible. 3 stories, 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, owned by Chinese owners who are now wanting to move on. They reportedly bought it for their daughter who was doing university here, would you believe?
Of course they did.
So she's now finished uni, doesn't need it anymore. They bought it for 18.48. I'm very, very doubtful they'll get that this time around. The market was sort of a bit better back then in 2017, January 2017. That sort of money, you know, confidence has gone down quite a bit. It's only starting to pick up again now. I don't think they're going to get that much for it. So it'd be really interesting to see.
Liz, it's hard to know who would sort of have that sort of spare change available to purchase a property like that. I mean, it's up around that 18-20 million mark. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, and there's a lot of homes on the market that have been on the market for like a year or more that are commanding over the 10 mil mark,
right,
and they just haven't been able to get buyers over the line. I mean, we are seeing that pick up in interstate migration. A lot of Sydney and Melbourne buyers are seeing the more affordability here, but that's why they're sort of going for that slightly lower price bracket of under 10 mil. So when you're looking at $18 million, it's a lot of money. It is often your offshore buyers, or it's going to be really interesting to see who. There's not many out there with that kind of money, as you said. So we'll keep an eye on that one and let you know.
Keep us up to date.
I will.
All right.
I will.
Liz Tilley, always a pleasure to have you on the front page.